India is getting its first tribal president. Let's listen into the audio of Doordarshan again.
के बाद कई बार राष्ट्रपति अंगरक्षक ने अनेक युद्ध में अपने युद्ध कौशल का परिचय दिया। राष्ट्रपति अंगरक्षक के सैनिक समारोहिक औपचारिकताओं में दक्ष हैं। वे प्रशिक्षित घुड़सवार और कुशल टैंक चालक भी हैं।
The president's bodyguard on magnificent dark bay and bay-colored mounts. And in fact, the guards are riding steeds that are the tallest held by any mounted unit in the country, at a minimum of 15.5 hands. And these magnificent horses are very well looked after by the 44 Military Veterinary Hospital. A unique, distinct regiment. The personnel are handpicked, all of them at least 6 feet tall. And of course, besides performing ceremonial duties for the president, the officers and men of the bodyguards are trained horsemen, paratroopers and tanksmen. Chushul in 1962, in the Western Theatre in 1965, and in Operation Bhavan in Sri Lanka in 1988. They've all seen action there. The flag fluttering high, indicating that the president is in Rashtrapati Bhavan, in residence. Equality, freedom, justice, pluralism, tolerance, respect, participation. The list of values that a democracy stands for include that which has been stated by earlier generations and also those which evolve as time goes by. To keep up with the times, to yet bring in tradition so that the past and the future are connected by the present. That is a legacy we leave behind.
नवनिर्वाचित राष्ट्रपति का जीवन महिलाओं और बालिकाओं के लिए बड़ी प्रेरणा है। ज्यादातर समाजों में हमने देखा है कि लिंग भेद होता है, बेटा बेटी में भेद किया जाता है और ऐसे में बालिकाओं के सामने, महिलाओं के सामने संघर्ष और भी ज्यादा कठिन हो जाता है। पिछले कुछ वर्षों में सरकार ने बालिका विकास के लिए कई कदम उठाए हैं, जिनमें बेटियों को बचाने के लिए बेटियों को बचाओ और इसी के साथ बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, सुकन्या समृद्धि योजना, सीबीएसई की उड़ान योजना, लड़कियों के लिए मुफ्त या राज सहायता प्राप्त शिक्षा, कॉलेजों और विश्वविद्यालयों में महिलाओं के लिए आरक्षण, माध्यमिक शिक्षा के लिए लड़कियों को प्रेरित करने की राष्ट्रीय योजना। इसके साथ साथ जो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात आ जाती है वो ये कि जितने भी अवसर हैं उसमें कहीं कोई भेदभाव ना हो, समानता हो, लड़कों के बराबर उन्हें भी आगे बढ़ने के वो सभी अवसर प्राप्त हों और ये सुनिश्चित हो घर से। वो समाज जब भेद नहीं करता, जब बेटा और बेटी।
Over the next few days, Droupadi Murmu, the president-elect who will be taking oath at 10:15, will be opening the doors of the gates of Rashtrapati Bhavan, the highest constitutional office of the country, to meet tribals from across the country. Professor Nandi Roy, we are talking about Mahamahim Droupadi Murmu now, and also the message that is coming in from this election, which was high on symbolism, high on the message of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas. That's what the Modi government's principle and philosophy has been, that they are looking at increasing the allocation of projects for the tribal communities for their welfare and progress. Professor Roy.
Oh, so you want me to talk?
Yes.
Yes, Maria, you know, I was just reading a survey yesterday.
Yes.
I didn't know about that. It was a NFHS 5 survey, which had sampled 27 lakh households into equal wealth categories. And you cannot believe that in that sample, 71% of the Adivasi families came in the lowest two categories compared to 49% of the Dalits and only 36% of OBCs. So that is still the Adivasi condition. And if you know, her village also has been electrified not very long ago,
Yes.
where from Droupadi Murmu comes. And the dropout in secondary school of Adivasi is 21%, which is double than the general category. In higher studies, hardly 5.6%. So those are all those I was just reading. So from there, a woman coming here, I think it's a great journey, and she has risen through ranks. I hope all her critics and all the person who criticized this government should today really appreciate her and the government's effort, you know. So stop the criticism, whoever has criticized, because she is a person who has risen in ranks through her sheer hard work. If I see her journey from a school teacher to a junior assistant in irrigation department,
Yes.
to an assistant professor, to the councillor, MLA, to our 2 times MOS, ministers, then governor of Jharkhand. What a journey, what a journey. It's inspiration for all of us. I mean, for people like me, for people like you, for all the womanhood in
Yes.
this country.
Yes.
And I love the way you say, Maria, that audacity of hope. That's a lovely coinage that you did, you know, audacity of hope. And if you can dream, people's dreams people will now dare to dream.
Yes.
You know, people from humble background,
And
from
a story
small
must be
village will
told.
dare to dream.
Her-
Yeah.
her
And a
story must be told
Her
again
story
and
must
again.
be told. Yes.
Yes, we are
And
seeing
I
those
think
visuals.
I
Let's
want to hear
listen
some
in now
critical-
to the
Yeah.
Doordarshan now again, and I'm going to come back to you,
वर्तमान
Professor.
राष्ट्रपति और नवनिर्वाचित राष्ट्रपति
Information, an informal procession. The President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, and the President-elect of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, going past and through the Darbar Hall. Under the shadow of Lord Buddha, 5th century BC Gupta period. Dignitaries moving towards the dais for the national salute.
राष्ट्रपति अंगरक्षक सलामी देगा राष्ट्र सल्यूट पंजाब
President Ramnath Kovind sitting in his vehicle, and accompanying him, the President-elect, Srimati Droupadi Murmu, as they make their way towards Parliament House.
राष्ट्रपति भवन से नवनिर्वाचित राष्ट्रपति श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू और निवर्तमान राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद प्रस्थान कर रहे हैं संसद भवन के केंद्रीय कक्ष की ओर। उनके साथ राष्ट्रपति अंगरक्षक, विशाल भव्य राष्ट्रपति भवन के प्रांगण से ये काफिला अब धीरे धीरे राष्ट्रपति भवन के मुख्य द्वार की ओर बढ़ता हुआ। भारत के लोकतंत्र का एक महत्वपूर्ण दिन, खास मौका। देश की 15वीं राष्ट्रपति अब से कुछ ही देर में शपथ लेंगी। रायसीना पहाड़ी पर बना विशाल और भव्य राष्ट्रपति भवन, जिसकी नींव सन 1911 में रखी गई थी और इसी के जयपुर कॉलम के नजदीक से गुजर रहा है ये काफिला, जो अग्रसर है संसद भवन की ओर।
The President's limousine is escorted by the President's bodyguard, proceeding to gate number 5 of Parliament House. In fact, the 6 Sikh will turn out guard at the southern side of the Jaipur column for departure. Commanding Officer Colonel S.K. Mohanty, personnel from the 3 services, and we showed you shots of this earlier, have lined up the path with arms on the route and will present arms as the dignitaries pass by.
राष्ट्रपति भवन की भव्यता, प्रांगण दोनों ओर नहर और फव्वारे, और काफिला धीरे धीरे मुख्य द्वार की ओर बढ़ता हुआ। विशाल लोहे का मुख्य द्वार जो विशेष अवसरों पर खोला जाता है, और आज ऐसा ही विशेष अवसर है जब भारत की 15वीं राष्ट्रपति अब से कुछ ही देर में शपथ ग्रहण करेंगी। निवर्तमान राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद का कार्यकाल पूरा हो रहा है। और ये काफिला धीरे धीरे रायसीना पहाड़ी से अब विजय चौक की ओर बढ़ता हुआ, वहां से बाईं ओर संसद भवन है जो गंतव्य है इस काफिले का।
It's a very poignant moment, a reflective moment for President Ramnath Kovind, and of course a joyous and celebratory moment for Srimati Murmu, but also knowing that she has a task ahead and to serve the country to the best of her ability. The guard and personnel from the 3 services lining the path with the fundamental responsibility of maintaining the integrity of the Constitution of India. The President of the largest democracy in the world is vested with specific legislative and judicial and financial powers, among many others, to ensure that the sanctity of the Constitution is upheld. And Indian democracy is the result of the great gift our founding fathers gave us. The gift of a constitution that, other than being the longest written constitution in the world, holds in its embrace the firmness to provide us solid and strong roots, and the liberalism to give us wings to grow, fly, and change. And as we await the swearing-in ceremony of India's 15th president to take place, Srimati Droupadi Murmu will soon hold with her the sacred responsibility of maintaining the integrity of this constitution as the new president of India.
ये काफिला रायसीना पहाड़ी से विजय चौक की ओर बढ़ता हुआ और दोनों ओर तीनों सेनाओं के पर्सनल पूरे मार्ग में बहुत ही खास अवसर। देश के राष्ट्रपति संवैधानिक प्रमुख होते हैं, तीनों सेनाओं के सर्वोच्च कमांडर होते हैं और देश के प्रथम नागरिक होते हैं। बहुत ही खास अवसर जब एक राष्ट्रपति का कार्यकाल पूरा हो रहा है और नई राष्ट्रपति इस पद की जिम्मेदारी अब से कुछ देर में ग्रहण करेंगी।
There invariably is, as a form of mainstream dialogue, a recurring reference to the values a democratic nation rests on, and moving these values from paper to people is the true test of democratic governance. Srimati Murmu, as she will shortly take oath today, will be wanting to ensure that she centers her tenure around these values and principles. The values and principles that she has always held dear, in sync with the form of governance she sits atop as its constitutional head. Principles of action that sustain society and democracy to be stable and successful at both the political and social levels. And it is because